Hello, everyone. Welcome to the first episode of many of the Expanding Your Brilliance podcast series. I have decided to take a bunch of our amazing authors from our book, Expanding Your Brilliance, which was released last month, which I thought was really great because it was during Mental Health Month. And so, what better way to talk about the raw and real struggles of what it takes to be a mom and an entrepreneur by not only publishing the book, but sharing the behind the scenes of what it took to bring this book to fruition. And so I have seven incredible authors from the book coming on this week. I'm so excited to kick this series off with one of my clients who has been on a journey with me since my retreat last year. And speaking of retreats, I am so excited to announce that I have officially booked and scheduled the Expanding Your Brilliance retreat September 25th in Mars, PA from 10 to 3. And I'm going to be leaving the link for this in the show notes on YouTube and in the comments here on Facebook. So this experience, if you've ever been to my retreats, it is an experience, and I'm sure Tara can speak to this because she was at the last one. It is an immersive day of helping you to really own your confidence, to learn not only the strategy of how to call in clients, how to expand your business, how to step more into your power, but truly how to make your business fun again because business is allowed to be fun. We're going to have a lot of fun today in this interview. I'm so excited for the energy here. And it's no different when you walk into the room at one of my retreats. So, in this retreat specifically, I'm going to be helping you unlock more profit to refine your focus so that you can skyrocket your confidence, clients, and cash flow. So, if that is something that you're like, I'm interested, I want to learn more, and you've seen all the pictures and you want to be in the in the picture in September and be immersed in that experience, I will leave the link in the comments, and I can't wait to share more throughout the week. So I'm just giving you a little teaser here of what is in store for this specific retreat. And today's guest, like I said, I have gotten the pleasure of knowing Dr. Tarah Davis through, she actually hopped on a plane last minute. And that just goes to show, like, she's just so free spirited and like, yeah, let's do it. Let's do the damn thing. And so she jumped on a plane and came to my retreat last year in, what was it, October. And then since then, I've just seen her grow and expand. And she's got so many just amazing projects coming up. So I'm going to turn the mic over to her and let her introduce herself here. So welcome, Tara. So
Hello.
excited to have you.
Yes, thank you. I'm so excited to be here. I'm Dr. Tarah Davis. I own the Rooted Farmacy, Functional Medicine and Wellness, and I help people suffering from gut dysfunction and hormone balance and fatigue and help them find the root causes of their issues. And I absolutely love what I do.
That's amazing. And you have some very interesting facts about you that I want to let's start with some fun facts. So tell me, what did you do before pharmacy school?
So before pharmacy school, right before I went, I hiked on the Appalachian Trail. I hiked 1,700 miles before hopping off and leaving for pharmacy school.
Oh my goodness. So did you pack some trail mix or what? What were your snacks along this trail?
But I actually dehydrated all of my food and sent it to myself in boxes along the trail to different outposts to pick up. And
Wow.
yeah. And my the hikers that were with me or past me, they called me the medicine woman. That was my trail name.
Oh my goodness. I wouldn't even know how to begin dehydrating food. I feel like I would have no clue. You've got so many whenever I bring guests on, I love to really highlight, the brilliance of what I see, and what I love about you is you just go for it. I feel like that is so a Tara thing to do, like, go jump on a plane and come to the retreat, like, go hike the Appalachian Trail, and I know that that's a big desire of a lot of your clients that you work with. You probably work with, a lot of high achievers that have big dreams and things that they want to do, but then their health is suffering. So I know that that's something you help people with. So share a little bit more about some of the clients that you've worked with and some of the things, like I know you've shared with me even recently, some of the things that they've been able to do as a result of working with you.
Yeah, I see men, women, children of all ages. My youngest client was 3 months old, and my oldest client was 92.
Wow.
Definitely a very broad range, but everyone's really driven to make the changes in their health, to find the root cause. They know that they've done, typically, they've done all the other things and they're just not finding answers. And they're ready to do some sleuthing too and find those answers and partner with me.
Mm. And what gets you most excited about your client work?
Um, I love really helping them find joy. I love watching them thrive.
And being seen and heard, I would say, is definitely something that you do. Tara's in my mastermind. She came to the retreat. I know her business inside and out now, and she asked the hard questions. So let's talk about poop and sex. So tell me more about
Yeah.
that.
So, a lot of times what I hear from clients is that, you ask these questions and their doctors and providers, other providers may have already asked those questions before, but they get looked over, especially when it comes to libido and when it comes to their stool quality and their stool quantity and how that is actually affecting them. So I have clients that say, you know, I haven't had sex in 10 years. And that's when I ask, more questions like, why do you want to? And they
Yeah.
feel that they feel seen and they feel heard because they are seen and heard in a way that they haven't been before. So that really opens up doors and opportunities for us to investigate more, but also to connect more.
So I think that that says something huge about your nervous system, the fact that they trust you and they feel safe to open up about that because these are not things that we typically talk about. Like I know you can talk about like she had a whole poop display with Play-Doh, which I think is so cool. Again, I think it when people come into your space, they immediately feel seen and safe because you're just like, here it is. And that's huge for healing. So when you hire a coach, it's not just about the knowledge, it's also like, can I be myself? Can I feel safe to open up to them? Because that's how people truly heal. And I would say that's a huge strength of yours, that your personality really shines through in your videos, in your client interactions, to have people be able to have these difficult conversations about things that they might not with other healthcare practitioners. So that's huge. I know I messaged you too and I was like, I have this issue, blah blah blah. And you were like, oh yeah, that's normal with Lindsay. So I really honor that and I admire that in you. So, and I know you wrote a lot about your business in the Expanding Your Brilliance book. So now kind of pivoting more to that experience, tell me a little bit more about what we're like. I know your son was just so excited. So tell us that story about Levi and he was getting on the plane and so excited. So tell us that.
He literally told everybody for weeks before we even got on the plane that we were getting on we had to fly Blue Jet to PA. And he was like, we are getting our JetBlue. And he's like, we are getting on a blue airplane and we are going to mommy's book signing because my mommy wrote a book. And he told everyone, his teachers, our family, friends, random people in the grocery store, and he was just so proud. And even still, he still tells everyone about going to the book signing. I don't think he's 3. I don't think he really understood exactly, but he did know that his mommy's in a book, and we read that book every night for a week. We read my chapter, and he just sat there like, that's my mommy.
Do you know what page you are? Because Sherry, so I was at a networking event and Sherry McNella was like, page 87. Like, that's where her story started.
I don't know exactly what page.
Okay.
I have it marked though, and it's in his room on his bookshelf, and he's just all
Uh,
excited.
so how do you think, he's 3 right now. How do you think you writing a book will impact him? Like, or what impact has it had already? Do you think on him?
Um, I hope that he takes that and he realizes that he can do anything. I didn't necessarily think I was going to be a pharmacist. And then I'd always wanted to write a book, but I just didn't know even where to start. So this was such a great opportunity to know where to start and how to go through that process. And I hope that he sees that don't just because you don't know how to do something, like just go for it and you'll figure it out.
Yeah, we watched Miss Rachel with Lindsay, and yesterday she was saying something. It's great that they learn that she's teaching Lindsay this because Lindsay is like glued to she loves watching Miss Rachel, and she was like, even if something feels like it's a lot, we just take one step at a time. And I'm like, that is so good to teach little kids because think about like as adults, if we get overwhelmed or we don't know how, a lot of people, which makes sense, like will freeze up or they quit or they don't know. And so, how can we teach our children, like, hey, we can do scary things. We can do things that we never thought we could do. Like, hike 1,700 miles. How do you do it 1 mile at a time? So, you are the lived experience to show your son anything is possible. I hope you know that. I hope you've received that. Like, you're doing amazing things that a lot of people would be scared to do. And I think that just goes to show your heart and how committed you are to everything you do. So speaking of books, I want you to share some other of your fun projects you've got going on. So I know you've got a book coming out soon. Tell me all about that.
So, this book inspired me to be able to write more. And I always talk to my son about gut health and digestion and fueling our bodies in the right ways. Um, he likes to tell everyone that there's food dyes in that. And but so I have Dr. T and Mission Digestion. Think Magic School Bus meets Little Einsteins, and talking about going through your digestive system and how that works on a children's book level. But it's so much more special than that because my son's school actually illustrated the book, part of the book for me, and it is going back as part of a fundraiser for his school.
Oh my goodness. So look at that, how the decisions you make, like you decided to jump on that plane, you did Pristine, you did My Mastermind, you did the book, and now you're writing your own book and you're influencing an entire school. So this is really why I do what I do because I know that the women that are drawn to work with me are here to make a massive impact. And you are the clear example of that when you say yes to your soul's desire and you listen to that voice that's telling you yes, it leads to just incredible things. So I want to just take a moment and have you receive the fact that by you saying yes, you now influenced an entire school. You're doing many other things that we don't have time to talk about here in this podcast episode, but like this is the ripple effect of when we say yes to our bigness, when we know that we're meant for more. So I'm just incredibly proud of you and how amazing that your book, I'm going to actually buy your book too for Lindsay because I want to read it. Your book is going to be reaching all of these kids. I'm actually curious do you have the reading level? Do you know like what the
Yeah, I'm thinking. So my son's 3. He can't understand all of it, but there's something, a tidbit or something in there for each one of them from age 3 to 15, really.
Uh-huh.
So,
Yeah, or even so like I would even read that to Lindsay and show her the pictures. She's getting to know animals now. I'm like point to the duck, point to this, point to that. So
And my
I can't wait to read it and to get that book. And you have some other exciting news. Tell us more about your new adventure.
So, right now I work virtually. I'm going to continue to work virtually through the Rooted Pharmacy. But I am also getting an office. I'm going to be nested inside a chiropractor in Summerville, South Carolina. With my, I'm going to split the office with a doula from the Brighter Birth Charleston, and she's just amazing to be able to really come full circle with women and hormones and imbalance.
What a beautiful partnership that could potentially turn into. What do you envision for this space? What do you feel like, as you move into the space, when are you actually getting in?
We're thinking mid-August.
Okay. August is going to be a big month for
It is
you.
a big one. I'm envisioning there's that connection piece with my clients, my audience. I'm going to have a space for groups. Really want to do like a master your hormones class, do more workshops that I can not only do in person, but offer virtually as well for those that just can't be here. Because I have clients all over the United States and I've had them all over the world. So yeah, I just want to be able to have that set space to have that connection.
That's so huge. So you just talked about your global presence. What is your big vision for your business and your impact? What would you say?
So I definitely don't want it to be limited to just me. I want to expand it. I want professionals that are really top of their field, nervous system regulation, health coaching, driving those changes home. That while I offer that now, that can be something that can really expand upon with those individuals. So I want it to be kind of an all encompassing wellness experience when you come to the Rooted Pharmacy.
So I love how we're using the word expand, expanding your brilliance. That's what this podcast series is all about. And so that's why I asked that, like, what is your big wild dream? Because when we speak it out into reality, it's powerful. So I hope that everybody listening, whether you're watching live or on the replay, that you allow yourself not only to dream and to visualize your biggest, expanding your brilliance, whatever that is, but to take the steps every step of the way. Just like Tara, I feel like that was a big theme of what we talked about just now. She hiked 1,700 miles. And to me, that's like, how did you even do that? That seems so overwhelming. But when you follow your intuition's always guiding you and you take those steps. Maybe it's investing in a coach or reading a book or just being open. I feel like when you're open, the universe, God is going to show you your next step, especially when you ask. So I encourage you all. I want to leave you with that here, before I share with you how to connect with Tara. But dream big and just take the next aligned step because you never know where it's going to lead. Look at Tara. She's an incredible example for her 3-year-old son. For me, I'm inspired by you. For everybody in the pharmacy community, for everybody watching this replay. So dream big and take that next scary step, whatever that is. So, where can everybody find you and connect with you, Tara?
I'm super active on Facebook, the Rooted Pharmacy. I also have a Facebook group, Rooted and Rebalance, the gut healing community, where I share tips and tricks and info on everything gut healing and hormone balance. And I also have a website, www.therootedpharmacy.com.
Thanks for
And
spelling that
yeah,
because I'm sure people would have gone and looked at the PH version.
yes, and then I'm the pharmacist on Instagram. So I share gut health tips and try to combine that with children.
Mm. I'm so excited to just see, all the pictures and the book and everything that you just continue to do to put your imprint on this planet. I'm just so proud of you, and I would love to hear as we close out the podcast, what is on your heart to share for the mom in business right now that maybe has a dream or they're struggling to take that first step? What would you say to them?
Um, just do it. Um, don't I don't feel like you have room to be scared. You just have to jump into it, and then all those things will start to fall into place as you put the effort into creating something that is soul led and heart led and just truly built with love.
Oh my goodness. We can't top this podcast episode the way we ended that. Oh, well, I am just so thankful. Thank you for being here, for sharing your energy, your heart, for being in the book. And for everybody else watching, keep an eye out. We've got another 6 authors that are coming on this week, and make sure that you check out the show notes to connect with Tara. And I will see you on the next podcast episode.